In today's session, I'm going to take you through how to optimize your way of being to get results. Now, a lot of people don't talk about this, but the thing that's going to really hold you back is how you think about this process, about this system. It's going to make you uncomfortable, and that's normal because if you weren't uncomfortable, you would have already done this. And so, we are experts. I've held down this niche in optimizing performance, high performance, psychology, mindset for over 26 years. And so as you go through the system, you're going to start to notice, how much training we've got so that you don't get stuck, because we really care about you getting massive results. So the thing that can hold you back, right? The system is really easy. I promise you, if you follow us, you follow what we tell you to do, I promise you it's so easy. If you're coachable, if you haven't got resistance inside of you, it's going to be really, really easy. The thing that can hold you back is what? You! You're the person that can hold you back. So let's help you out. So look, in today's session, what you're going to get, I'm going to take you through why you need to optimize your way of being to get results. And this is how you are being, right? This is not like changing your character. This is your behaviors. And the quickest way to do that is by looking at how you are being, how to optimize your way of being to get results, how to follow your optimized path to get results. Because as you go through this, you will be marketed by other people. Everyone else out there is normally my clients. They've been my clients or they've copied us. And so you're going to start to bring your awareness and start to notice that you might think that there's a quicker way. And I promise you, we've spent well over 340,000 just testing other people's different sorts of like mini strategies that we thought could either add to this or could be better. And every single one failed. They did not work. Like, for example, shout outs. We spent 30 grand on shout outs. Didn't get one client. Right, TikTok, we spent well over 30K on different ad strategies that were perceived like, oh my God, it's the new platform. It's going to be really good. Not good. All right, so we've really fully gone down this path for you. And then we're going to take you through how to take optimized feedback. How did you actually take it on board? And then what this actually means for your future. And then I'll take you through the tasking from this module. Okay, so look, why you need to optimize your way of being to get results. Because who you were before this, what got you here now is not the person that will get you to where you want to go. The same level of thinking, if you keep the same level of thinking that you've got now, you'll just continue to get what you've always got. And that's not going to be good enough because it's just not why you're here. You want to level up. And so therefore we have to push you through a new level. A new level requires a new devil. And so look, my core offer is in the psychology of transformation. I've spent millions on my certifications and trainings to get here. I have coached millions in this area, millions of people. And over an 8-year period, we ran big live events in this area, 15,000 plus clients coming through every single month. So look, I really truly get that you could get stuck in your mind, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, because you're here, all right? It doesn't matter if you're already advanced, you want to get an extra, whatever it is, wherever you are right now, it doesn't matter. You're where you are right now. You're stuck at a level to get to where you want, and that's why you're here. It doesn't matter if you're just starting, right? You're still stuck at a certain level, right? And it doesn't matter if you're already at 100K months. You're still stuck not being able to get past that. So it doesn't matter whether you're advanced or just getting started. It doesn't matter if you're already making millions, where we have had clients doing that already. There's always another level, okay? You are where you are now. You cannot escape this. Even if you think you're amazing and you're like, oh my God, I'm really, really good. There's always a next level to where you're at. And so wherever you are right now, there's another level. All right. You are where you are right now, and you want to be beyond that and at your new goal. You want to be at the red marker, and you want your new goal, which is specific and individual to you. And of course, we'll be working that out as we go along together. But there's this thing called your comfort zone, right? Where you're comfortable doing the things that you're doing. And in order for us to get you from where you are right now, guess what? We have to breach your comfort zone. And every single person in the world has read the quote, if you're not breaching your comfort zone, you're not growing. And you get that, right? But as you go through this, you will be forced out of your comfort zone. And then you'll start getting all uncomfortable. And if you start acting in a certain way, it's because you're uncomfortable. And it's like big guys that go to the gym, they're like, yeah, breach my comfort zone. they're not in a comfort zone in the gym. They're not outside of their comfort zone. They are in their comfort zone. That's why they have to do something different. And like when you take like a big guy who's used to doing like certain things, like you take a big guy that really good at like, challenges and pushing himself harder and harder and harder. But yeah, ask him about his emotions. Woo! That comfort zone is strong. He doesn't want to go out of it. So we all have our little comfort zone. We're going to breach your comfort zone. We have to breach your comfort zone to get to your new goal. So you will have to be uncomfortable as you go through this. So please, as you're setting the system up, don't think that this is going to be a really comfortable journey. All right, if you're serious about putting 100K a year in your business or 100K per month in your business, we're going to have to make you very uncomfortable to get that. Otherwise, you'd have already got it. You'd already have that, and you don't. And that is why you're here. All right. And so we have to breach your comfort zone. So why you need to optimize your way of being is because every new level you exceed out of your zone of comfort, there is a new devil that will show up and stop you from moving out of that comfort zone. Emotions and behaviors will come up to stop you from breaching the zone of comfort. And so every new level, there is a new devil. And if you haven't got to the 100K a month or 100K a year or 100K, whatever it is, right, there'll be a new devil waiting for you. And so you're here, right? We need to get you a new goal. All right. We need to get you there. All right. And so we have to breach your comfort zone. If we do not make you uncomfortable, you do not breach your comfort zone. All right. Nothing happens if we don't breach this. Okay. And so therefore, if you do not breach your comfort zone, you get stuck with what you already have. All right. You change nothing changes. And so all you have to do to transition and get results as we breach your comfort zone is just bring awareness to who you are being. This is the biggest, quickest, and fastest reactive process. So you can start to realize who are you actually being. It's amazing. You can use this process with your clients as well. All right, today it's scientifically proven. There are hundreds and thousands of research articles on it. You can decide who you want to be in any moment. We bring awareness to who you are being, gives us a real indication to really how your way of being is operating. So for example, who are you going to be? People go, look at yourself in the mirror. We see our perception of who we are, right? We think we're this person, but that is not who we really are. We always have this perception of who we are, but that is not in reality who we are. Okay, so the psychology of who are you going to choose to be as you go through this will play a massive part in you getting great results, right? How do we optimize who we are being to get the best results is a step-by-step process. All right, so let's go down to how to optimize your way of being to get results. Who we are is defined by who we are being in any moment. Now, humans have researched for years and years to find out who are we. Who we are is defined by who we are being in any moment. You have this happy moment. In that moment, you're a happy person. You are being happy. All right. You're getting frustrated about something. Who you are in that moment is someone that is getting frustrated about something. It's as simple as that. You come back because you're annoyed about something that happened. Who you are being is someone that's annoyed because of something that's been happening. Right. And so when we bring awareness to this, we start to really see ourselves to who we really are, because we have total autonomy and can control this with volition, in intent. And so that's what being human is. Unfortunately, so many people just become unconscious to it, and they just operate through this world, just think that the other things in life, like this will make them happy, that makes them happy, or eat that makes them happy. When in fact, happiness is an internal job. Externals shouldn't make you happy. And so who we are being is defined in any moment by our core behaviors according to the situation. So the quickest way to change who you are being is to bring awareness to your behaviors and then adapt them, of which you can control immediately. So you bring awareness to our behaviors and we can transform who we are being, and we can do it rapidly. Make a conscious choice to do the counterintuitive, the opposite of what, if you're having a tough day, you can choose to get yourself in a better state. You can control your breathing. You can go out, you can go for a walk, you can get yourself into a positive state. And this is, of course, something that we're going to train as we go along. And as you as a coach consultant, I'm expecting you to have a high level understanding of this. But of course, we're going to deepen this. So step one, we just bring awareness to your behavior, and then we choose a different behavior. If you find yourself judging, if you find yourself frustrated, if you find yourself being angry, you can choose again. It is up to you. That's the conscious element of being a human. Right, step two, make a conscious choice to do the counterintuitive, do the opposite of a disempowered behavior. You find yourself in a disempowered behavior, all right, you can do the opposite. If you are judging someone, you can choose to not judge them. It is really as simple as that. Now, you might have stories, you might have past traumas, etc., but we'll be working on it. And we're coaching you every step of the way. And all of my team are trained in this process, so you're going to be great. Any theory that makes progress is bound to be initially counterintuitive. Daniel Dennett, a superb concept. Any theory that makes progress is bound to be initially counterintuitive. Think about it. If you're going to move forward into an area that you've never been before, you can't do the same thing that you've always done. Do the same thing, you will get what? Right? The same thing. And if you're breaching into a new area where you've never been before, then it's going to be initially counterintuitive and then will become something that you're familiar with, thus becomes your comfort zone, and then you have to move out of it again. You have to go to the uncomfortable. And so as a whole, if you turn it in on itself, and it's a great coaching process, turn it in on itself, all right, you will always find a different area of growth that will move you further forward. So any theory that makes progress is bound to be initially counterintuitive. And of course, as I said, we will deepen this. We will train you every step of the way. We're building into the psychology element. We've got lots of components to that you're going to love, right? So you've got your comfort zone, right? And we're going to breach that to your new goal. All right, step one, all we do is bring awareness to your behaviors and choose again. And we'll be helping you bringing awareness to your behaviors because you'll be doing something uncomfortable. And if we think that it will really help if we bring awareness to a behavior that you're pushing out, we're going to help you optimize that so that you can be more effective. Step number two, we're going to make a conscious choice to do the counterintuitive, do the opposite of a disempowered behavior, and we're going to be holding you accountable for the next 90 days. So it's going to be great. All right, we've got you. We see destructive behaviors in our clients and in ourselves. We can do the opposite of those behaviors. It's up to us. Okay, and so avoid these destructive behaviors. You already know these behaviors to avoid. You've seen them in your clients, you've seen them, and you'll see them in your clients as you start to grow your coaching business. And you have to ask yourself, what kind of coach, consultant are you going to be if you have destructive behaviors? So we have to avoid them. We are here to coach you out of them. What kind of coach, consultant would you be if you held on to destructive behaviors? So you're going to let go of them really easily. Again, what kind of coach, consultant are you if you are your limitations? All right, and we're going to be coaching you through this. Don't you worry. Okay, so look, these are 6 types of client behaviors to avoid. Remember, you attract what you are. So if you are these, you will attract these. How you buy is how you sell, and how you sell is how you buy. Right? As Carl Jung says, perception is projection. What you see in others is a direct reflection of you. If you're angry and you're frustrated, all right, then what's going to happen is you're going to attract angry and frustrated clients. If you're over perfectionism, all right, undecisive, inability to make a decision, all right, low action, a time waster, all right, flaky. If you're all of these things, then you're going to attract all of those things in your clients too. All right, if you can't make a decision, right, you're going to attract other people that cannot make decisions too. Right? You're starting to get this. Who you are is what you're going to attract in others. If you needed 700 hours of research, then your clients are going to need 700 hours of research too. So you have to become what you want. You want your client to be an action taker, decisive, motivated, committed, right? You want your clients to be them. So therefore you have to be action orientated, committed, decisive, right? You have to be those things to attract those things. The more you resist anything, the more you bring it into you. Right, which means that the more you're scared of something, the more it's going to come to you. The more you're undercharging, the more it's going to come to you. Okay, so look, the overwhelmed client. Here's number one client to avoid, the overwhelmed client. They say things like, I just don't have enough time versus getting their time sorted. And we're going to take you through time management as well, don't worry. They try to be on every social media platform or they're trying every single method going. They're copying the wrong people and the wrong processes for their business. They have a high ego because they actually think they can do everything on their own, and they can't. They love the idea of having more followers because they think that means more success, but you can't take a follower to the bank. And if they only had more followers, they would make more, but that's not true, right? And then you got the niche jumper, the sparkly syndrome, the unfinished project, new idea comes along and bang, right? Rather than doing the work and getting better, they think by jumping niche, it'll be easier, and it never is. They're easily distracted. They suffer from sparkly syndrome. They want to be on the newest thing going. Whenever they hit a slight road bump, try something else. Normally trying to do multiple businesses at the same time, rarely have any money or any time. They're just always this busy, busy, busy. So we're not going to be the overwhelmed client. We're following a process, and we're not going to be the niche jumper because we're going to get the right support, and we're going to stay in there and we're going to get better, not bitter. Okay. The blamer client has bought everyone else's program and still nothing works, would rather complain than do the work to get better. Deep down, they're a complainer and they're just looking for someone else to blame. They're lazy. Even if they got the right help, it wouldn't work for them because they don't do the work, right? They're overly sensitive. They're entitled. They think it's their right to be successful just because they think it's their right. So we're not going to be a blamer client, okay? And then you've got the comparer client is obsessed with everyone else's results, is obsessed with everyone else's ads. Doesn't focus on just doing the work and following the process. They spend all their time doing research and more research. More often than not, they're stuck in a job and they say things like, I'm waiting for the right time. Okay, so we don't want to be a comparer. All right, and then you've got the, it has to be perfect client. Everything has to be 100% certain before you do anything. Suffer from perfectionism and overthinking, which is just an excuse that they use to stay in their comfort zone. They also say things like, I have imposter syndrome. Again, an excuse so they can stay comfortable. They tend to be stuck in a job. Deep down, they're scared to leave. So they fantasize about doing something that they love, but they don't get the help to earn more money. So they just get stuck. They change nothing, nothing changes. All right. So we're going to avoid being a perfectionist. We're going to avoid being overwhelmed, the comparison, the blamer, etc. And we're just going to stay with the client that gets results. They follow and trust the process. They do as they are told. They do the work. They stay focused. They don't get bitter, they get better, and they join the 10% and become successful. Remember the global wealth pyramid states that 10% own 85% of the wealth in the world today. So you want to be part of the 10%. So you in turn, you want to attract clients that follow and trust the process, do as they are told, do the work, stay focused, don't get bitter, they get better, and they also join the 10% and become more successful, just like you. Okay, so look, fear is the only thing that can stop you. As you go through the system, you will get a little bit scared. That's okay. We got your back. Fear, all right, a lot of people let the fear stop them. They give in to fear or stop asking for help. All right, and all successful people fast track by getting help. No one can do it on their own. All successful people, me included. I spent well over millions to get here today. We spend every single year 340,000 last year just on testing alone. So I'm not doing something that I didn't tell you to do myself. All successful pay other people to speed up the process, pay others to avoid mistake, pay others so they don't have to figure it out on their own, pay others so they don't have to reinvent the wheel, pay others so they get to the result quicker, right? Just like your clients want to do, you're going to pay to speed up the fast track. You're paying to speed the process up. Your clients are going to pay to speed the process up by getting you on board. All successful people pay others to get through the fear quicker. That's how we roll. And the truth is, most let fear stop them. Not you, because you're here. I got you. All right. All fear is actually linked to the fear of death, which is actually the fear of time, more specifically the fear of an unfulfilled life. In order to break the curse of living an unfulfilled life, you have to continually breach your comfort zone. The majority don't, thus they live an unfulfilled life. And most waste their life. There's this valuable section of your life that you're most likely going to be in. People have a little bit of fun between 10 and 20, and then they have to get down to it. And so you've got to make the most out of this period of your life. And we make this the most fun so that you're actually going out, fulfilling your dreams, doing the things that you want, earning the money you want, making the difference that you want. So give me your 90 days focus. Let's go for this. Let's get this, and let's make sure that we never waste your life, because once it's done, it's done. P.S. They don't call it fear. All right. People don't go walking around saying, I've got fear. They justify why it's okay to not move forward by saying statements like this. These are the statements that keep you stuck in your comfort zone. If we hear them, we're going to point out that you're in a fear, your comfort zone is coming in, right? It's not the right time. There's never this perfect time to get it right, all right? Time is just now, right? Everyone knows that, but they're like, oh, it's not the right time. I'll just wait. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. There's only now, all right? Then now. The future does not exist. The past is gone. You only have the present. So you may as well do it now. The quicker you do it, the easier it becomes. I'm not ready yet is another delay tactic. You're never fully ready. All right, I'll do it later is an excuse to not make a decision now and do it. I need to think about it. There's nothing you need to think about, because becoming a successful entrepreneur, you will learn a lot more by doing rather than thinking. I'm not sure if it will work for me. The only way you know it will work for you is you keep on working. It will always work for you if you do the work. And it's not a lot of work. You just have to follow the process. I don't know if I can do it. If you're sitting there, I don't know if I can do it, then you have to go through it and do the work, and you can do it. If one person's already done it, then hundreds and thousands of people can do it, right? It's not a new concept. Hundreds of thousands of people have done it. I have to be 100% certain before I can move forward. If you have to be 100% certain about everything, you'll never move forward. It's an excuse. I need to know it's 100% safe. Nothing is 100% safe. You cannot have love without pain. It is just the paradox of life, right? And so therefore, it's 100% gonna work if you move forward. All right. If you stay the same, right, it's 100% not going to give you the life that you want. Right. I need to know 100% it will work for me. If it's worked for others, it will work for you. Just do the work. I have to know more about before I do it. You don't. You just have to move forward. Right. And the more you move forward, the more you can refine, the better you become. It has to be perfect. Nothing can be perfect. I've got too much going on. Prioritize. All right. Stop doing loads of things. Focus on this, and then let's go. All right, all successful people, me included, get results by moving forward, doing things when they are not comfortable. No one is comfortable moving forward. All right, if you're waiting to be comfortable, then you're never going to be where you want to be. It's as simple as that. So what kind of coach or consultant would you be if you're not serious, committed, or decisive? If you're not serious, committed, decisive at moving forward, then you'll attract others that are also not serious, committed, and decisive. You do not need to be perfect, all right? Reduce your perfect score to 5 or 6, which means you just get more out there. You can't be perfect. Just move forward, all right? If you have this 10 score, just reduce it to 5 or 6. That's good enough, because the more you get out there, they're not going to know. No one else is going to know but you. Just reduce your score, pump out more stuff, get more stuff done. Everyone sucks to begin with, me included. I absolutely suck to begin with, and it's okay to suck to begin with. All right, just stay seriously focused, committed to daily action, make quick, decisive decisions, and move forward. All right, give me your trust, do as we tell you to do, and you're going to go far. All right, if you're not serious, committed, decisive, you will not make anything work. Right, so you think by jumping out of this, if you're not serious, decisive, nothing will work for you. Right, if you are serious, committed, decisive, you will work. This will work. You will make this work. So look, how do we follow your optimized path? The COA system, as you go through, is the quickest, the fastest path, and it's the easiest path, I promise you. And you might see other people trying to market you now because your awareness goes up. Do not buy anyone else's program. Do not buy another thing online. Complete this. Give me your time. You put your investment in. Give me your trust. Just go through this. You don't need anything else. We got your back. We continue to test everything so you don't have to. All our clients do is buy this and then get continued support. That's what they do. They don't go and buy other people's programs. Okay, and so look, we as an agency, all right, we've trained our team. We spend $144,000 every 18 months getting the best social media buyers in the world to help our team become the best in the world at running ads. We have over 100 million in ad data across all of our offers and our clients, etc. And just so you know, when you pay like a media buyer this sort of money, they don't help you with your message, they don't help you with sales, they don't help you hiring anything, they don't train you with anything. And so I just want you to know that we're spending on these social media buyers to train our team consistently in any area. So there's no weaknesses within our team, and they do a lot more for you. Then you don't have to spend anywhere near 144,000. All right, we have tested our systems to the absolute. We tested 30,000 on a new IG shout out that was meant to be like a different process to like a new program to make it work. It didn't work. Right, we spent 30,000 on a TikTok kind of strategy. It did not work. All right, we spent 10,000 on AI follow-ups to see if we could kind of hybrid ours. It didn't work. 10,000 on another follow-up process. Didn't work. We spent 42,000 on SEO branding. Didn't work. 4,000 on a follow-up process. 1,397 on a new funnel process. Didn't work. We spent an additional 48,000 per year on top of training all our team. Plus, so that's just our testing alone last year, so that the COA system is the most up to date. That's 336,397 on just testing. And that sits on top of the 480,000 per year as a baseline to support you to get amazing client results. So we invest heavily into making sure what we're taking you through is the best in the world. All right. And so look, you might get pulled down these other paths, right? And I want to tell you, every single year we test other paths, podcasts, free challenges, low price front ends, organic posting, how to content, building a YouTube channel, blogging, daily Instagram, TikTok, writing a book, webinars, etc. And we test what works best for our clients. And these all have a 98% failure rate. So if you find yourself getting pulled down a different path that's not on our system, you're wasting your time. Make sure that you ask us if you've got some other stuff. Like some of our clients come in with a book and we show them how to send it to a list so it doesn't distract from what we're doing. And so look, forget about doing a podcast. The failure rate is massive. It will never get you to 100K months. The platform is to listen and not buy. According to one of the most successful podcasting agencies in the world, 90% of all podcasts will make no money, and they have to be able to generate sales in other avenues first. And believe me, all right, we launched our podcast. We only launched it well beyond 300K months, right? And still with over 100 million downloads, we generated less than 0.1% of our clients come from there. 98% of our clients come from ads, of which is exactly what we're going to show you how to do. It's a lot of time for very low return. So forget about that. Someone like Anna, all right, 5K in less than 24 hours. I spent 6 years trying to build a podcast, complete waste of her time. Forget about a free challenge. You're going to see bigger influencers doing a free challenge. It'll never get you to 100K months. It's not profitable to run ads to. A high percentage of the clients do not continue as they're going through the challenge. When it's free, they don't pay attention. They don't buy the upsell because they think the challenge has solved the problem. Sales cycle is too slow. It's not repeatable to get consistent sales in per month. As I said, we spend over 144,000 every single 18 months hiring new buyers. So we are always looking at what's working in ads specifically, not from like hearsay from buyer data. Someone like Laura, 24,000 in just 1 month. She'd done absolutely everything. Was so frustrated with like loads of different marketing structures. Just loved the fact it's just a simple process to follow. Forget about a low price membership offer. We get a lot of people that try to think that this works. Because it's so cheap, your clients don't use it. It will never get you to 100K months. It doesn't command their attention, so they don't use it. Your clients don't use it. And at the end of the month, they cancel. It's really hard to keep people in it, hard to sell. Even though it's actually really cheap, you need a huge amount of social proof, marketing position to sell it at a lower price, which is why you see huge influencers, very, very small percentage are able to get away with this. Even if you have millions of followers today, they get used to consuming for free. So you create an audience of non-buyers. It's really hard. We've had clients and we've done consultations with people like 20 million followers, and they still couldn't pay their rent. And they were doing low price. It's tragic. High churn, leaky bucket syndrome, as in there's holes in the bucket. You get high complaint rate, high refund rate, means a very few continue, and the amount of effort is just not worth it. Again, I really went down this path. I wanted to fully test it. It just never worked, right? So someone like Alex Hormozi, who generated over 50 million in less than 2 years with just one high ticket coaching program, right, says it's much easier to sell one expensive thing to one person than loads of cheap things to poor people. So look, it takes the same effort level. One person at a low level and one person at a decent level is the exact same effort. The only thing is you have to sell so many more people at a lower level in order to make it. And then they don't use it because they're not paying attention. And you have to sell a lot less people with just one person at a decent level. So that's why it works. Scaling your business will support you to do everything. Once it's set up, you have validated your offers and sales, you just spend more on your ads and they will increase the number of calls, and then you close more clients until you hit the figure that you want. It's that simple. All right. And so the COA system is just going to be a game changer for you. Forget about writing a blog. It's never going to get you to 100K a month. There are millions of articles that already have the keywords you need. The nature of the platform is for people to read and not buy. We spent 42 grand on SEO branding, not one client. You don't have to post on IG at all. It won't get you to 100K months. It takes a long time to build an audience, and the engagement ratio is less than 1% on all Instagram accounts now, which means it's very hard to get your content seen by your ideal client, and if you train your audience to be non-buyers. Now, look, what we do is when our clients get to a certain level and they want to include an organic platform, once their ads are working, and you're consistent, 20, 30, 40K per month, right? Then you can add in an organic platform to nurture your lead flow, right? And IG is a good one when you hit a certain level. Hope that makes sense, right? Again, we've tested loads of different viral campaigns on Instagram. We spent 30,000 on a shout out campaign, got no clients, right? Someone like Veronica spent years doing Instagram in less than a month and made no money, made no money on it. 27K in less than 30 days just by following COA. COA works, right? Forget about posting on TikTok. It won't get you to 100K per month. It takes too long to build an audience, and the quality of the client is still too low. We've tested out viral campaigns. We spent 30 grand on different sort of buyer strategies and got no quality clients at all. And so forget about writing a book. It won't get you to 100K per month. Less than 1% of people that actually buy the book even finish reading the book, according to Amazon. You put all this effort in, very, very little people actually read it. It's very hard to sell to a cold audience, so you'll lose money. You don't need a book to be socially positioned. If you don't have a high converting coaching program already, you have no way of becoming profitable with a book. Now, some of our clients have books and we can show you how to use them if you do have one. I'm just saying, if you haven't got one right now, get this system sorted, get your ads sorted, get cash flow in, and at a later stage, if you want to write a book, then you can, right? I've had a #1 Amazon bestseller in business motivation and building a coaching consultancy business. You don't make a lot of money from books, okay? We know the stats. Forget organic posting. It won't get you to 100K a month. The natural reach on any organic platform is just not enough. It's not reliable. So what that means is, because it's not reliable, you won't be able to make enough sales, which means you can't actually ever hire anyone, which means you're completely stuck in your business. You can't create how-to content anymore, give it away for free. It will never get you to 100K a month because it doesn't convert into sales. It gives your clients all the how and they will not buy you. Now, we will take you through exactly how to create what we call what-based problem content. We create what-based problem content with you, and it converts at a massively rate. Someone like Nilesh, right, was stuck doing loads of how-to content, helped him rechange that, 10K in less than a week. All right, forget about YouTube channel. It's never going to get you to 100K a month because average is going to take you 7 to 10 years, and you have to give all your how-to content. Now, again, once your ads are at a certain level, and your cash flow is at a certain level, you can add on a YouTube channel, but there has to be a strategic approach, and we can help you with that. And at that stage, ideally, it's repurposed so you don't have to do it yourself. So look, most of our clients that do over 100K don't even have a YouTube channel. You can forget about a live webinar. It won't get you to 100K a month. And when I say a webinar, I mean specifically a webinar at the front end. I mean like running an ad to a live webinar or a masterclass. All right, it just doesn't convert because you need to get them in, hook them with a problem. So what we're going to take you through is a simple PDF. It's much more cost effective, right? It costs you way more to get someone to register for a live webinar. We get them into the list first, right? We're going to get them a piece of content really easy. You can refine it. A webinar can take ages to create, right? We want to just avoid any content creation time that's going to be a waste, right? Get them into our list. All right, with our PDF, our HVG, our high value gift, right, get them in there first, and then we can do a live webinar later on. They won't, and if you're thinking I'm going to send a webinar, add straight to a paid webinar, they will not pay more than a couple of $100 straight from a webinar today. They will not pay like $5 grand, $2 grand. So you're stuck with a low price front end, which is not profitable and it's time consuming. Okay, so look, someone like Nick and Rob, all they did is copy our conversion process, our content formula, which I'm going to take you through. They had one piece of content, setting up the sale for them. It wasn't a webinar, designed to position them in a very specific way around the problem. So it increased conversions. We licensed them our closer process, which you're going to go through, all right, which is the psychology of selling without being pushy, reverse selling. They closed 90K in less than 30 days. And then look, once they're in your list, then it's all good. 36,000 in 3 weeks, Vivian, from doing the live webinar to the list, right? So look, the CRA system is your quickest path and it's your easiest path, okay? And so how to take on optimized feedback. As you're going through this, right, what's going to happen is there's two types of perceived advice. Right now, this is, I'm actually writing it in one of my new books called Untriggerable. I'm so excited to tell you a little bit about this. But look, there's kind advice and there's unkind advice. Think about it. You're in this problem and your clients, or your clients in this problem, however you want to think about it. The kind advice is going to align with their problem, because that's why we think it's kind, because it's like, oh, they were really kind. It aligns with my problems, it aligns with my thinking. All right, and then unkind advice sounds like that it's misaligned to the client or your problem. And that's why it feels unkind, because it's different to how we think. But listen to this. Unfortunately, kind advice aligns with the same level of thinking that created the problem in the first place, which means that the likelihood of that actually helping you out of the problem is very low. And unkind advice, because it doesn't align with the level of thinking that created the problem in the first place, actually helps that person out of the problem. And so therefore, because unkind advice is different to the level of thinking that created the problem, then it's more likely to get that person outside of the problem, which means that unkind advice becomes kind advice. And kind advice, because it aligns with the problem, doesn't help the client out of the problem, which becomes unkind. So look at this. We've got kind advice aligns with the thinking that created the problem. It doesn't change your view on the problem because it aligns with your thinking. It doesn't help you create new thinking around the problem. It keeps you stuck in the problem. And so because it keeps you stuck in the problem, kind advice becomes unkind advice. And so when we have unkind advice on the right, doesn't align with your thinking that created the problem. It changes your view on the problem because it doesn't align with your thinking. It helps you create new thinking around the problem so you can get you through the problem. So because it helps you get through over the problem, unkind advice becomes kind advice. So I want you to think about this, especially in your own business as a coach or as a consultant, right? And I also want you to think about this as you're taking on feedback from us, because this is going to be a game changer. If you get this concept of which I'm laying down, it will put you up in that 10% of the most successful people in the world. Look at example. If I or we tell you you're a victim versus we do not tell you that you're a victim, and look, you're going to be stuck in your own view of who you are, right? You're trying to breach your comfort zone and you're going to have certain behaviors. And so look, kind advice, right? I don't point out your victim language and just say it's normal to be frustrated and it's okay, right? It doesn't change your view on the problem because it aligns with your thinking, right? It doesn't help you create new thinking around the problem. It keeps you stuck in the problem. Because it keeps you stuck in the problem, kind advice thus becomes unkind advice. Versus, I point out your victim language and help you see it because you are unaware, which means it changes your view on the problem because it doesn't align with your thinking. It helps you create new thinking around the problem to get you through the problem. Because it helps you get through and over the problem, unkind advice becomes kind advice. So we'll be here with you every step of the way, and we will point you out when we believe that you're stuck in yourself and you're trying to breach your comfort zone so that we can help you move further forward. We've done it with hundreds and thousands of clients up till this day, and I'm so excited for you. It's an absolute game changer concept. I created it myself. If you see anyone talking about this as a concept, they have copied me. Lots of people have, and so I'm rewriting the concept in my new book at the moment. So excited for it. So look, kind advice. Victim only wants to hear advice that aligns with their thinking, which keeps them stuck in the problem, versus an empowered person can take unkind advice because they're open and action it, advice that doesn't align with their thinking so they can move past the problem. Okay, and so we care about you and your results. This will push you out of your comfort zone. This will make you uncomfortable. This will unbalance you, and you may at times hate us and me, but I've got your back. All right, I want you to do well. This will make you more focused. This will get rid of your overwhelm. This will make you mentally stronger, and this will make you more successful if you follow the process and do the work. All right, reminder of what we covered. Why you need to optimize your way of being to get results. You might need to listen to this a couple of times. It's a beautiful module. How to optimize your way of being to get results. How to follow your optimized path to get results. How to take optimized feedback and what this means for your future. And let me take you through the tasking. Tasking for you to complete now. All right, write out the 2 steps to breaching your comfort zone. Bring awareness, step 1, to your behaviors. Choose again. Right, make a conscious choice to do the counterintuitive, do the opposite of a disempowered behavior. Now, we're going to be here coaching you and helping you every step of the way. So, it's going to be a beautiful process for you. Now, write out the 2 types of perceived advice. All right, so you have an understanding. Kind advice aligns with the thinking, doesn't change your view. It doesn't help you create a new thinking. And because it's, keeps you stuck in the problem, it becomes unkind. All right, whereas something that's different, that sounds unkind, doesn't align with your thinking that create the problem, changes your view, helps you create new thinking around the problem. So you get through the problem because it helps you get through it over the problem. Unkind advice actually becomes kind advice. And so we're going to write that out so you have a concept of it, so you become more viscerally connected to it. All right, and then you're going to write out the statements keeping you in the comfort zone. It's not the right time. Again, write out, it's not the right time. I'm not ready yet. I'll do later. You cannot use these. I need to think about it. I'm not sure if it will work for me. I don't know if I can do it. I have to be 100% certain before I can move forward. I need to know it's 100% safe. I need to know 100% it will work for me. I have to know more about before I do it. It has to be perfect. I've got too much going on. You have to write these out, and then you never use these again, because these are limitations you're letting go of, so your clients can't hold them also. If you have them, then your clients have them too, right? And so you're going to write them out, get viscerally connected to them, and banish them from your language. You always have time. And we're going to help you manage your time, prioritizing what's important to you. Okay, write out the 6 types of coaches to avoid. The overwhelmed client. We want to avoid being that niche jumper. Okay, we want to avoid being the blamer. Okay, and we want to avoid the comparer. We want to avoid it has to be perfect. And we want to focus on being the client that gets results. Follow and trust the process. Do as they're told. Do the work. Stay focused. Don't get bitter. Get better and join the 10% and become successful. Remember, 10% according to the Global Wealth Pyramid, own 85% of the wealth in the world. And that's going to be you, my friend, are going to be joining the 10%. So please pay attention to this. Remember the support. You get online modules. You get access to them for 90 days. You get private support, 90-day access, live consultation clinics, 90-day access, business upgrade, 90-day access. Remember the total value of the actual system is $89,000. That is baseline. As an average, it could be more. All right, than that. We've had clients pay way more than 40 grand for a call application funnel. So remember, there's real residual value already. Okay, the overview, automated lead flow, automated content. You're going to get it set up. All right, it's good to go. And I'm so excited for you. All right, remember, it's add into one piece of content, consultation cell, signature program, client list, and we're good to go. All right, that's the program. All right, you're in the start section. We're going to go straight to the cash collector, then into your offer codex, funnel setup, making sales, cash collector again. Next steps, make sure you book in your 6-month strategy session, and then a percentage of our clients join the advanced sales program, around 40 to 50%. It's actually going up a lot more, and then a percentage stay on at level 1, and we're good to go. Right, that being said, complete your tasking now. We're here for you every step of the way. We've got your back. That's how we roll. As always, no matter what happens, never give up on your dreams. Let's go to the next module. Let's get it done. I'm so excited for you. Let's go, let's go, let's go.